the supernatural.
Download the Legacy Edition of Spirit Blade, a full past audio drama, for free at spiritblade.com.
Well, let me, since I want to see a few more spells here, let me just go ahead and just put that all the way there. There, yeah. Alright, so she should be doing spells more frequently now. Scribbling Scribe says, yes, this Final Fantasy always had an MMORPG vibe and feel to it. You know, I remember that being said, like in the reviews and stuff, but since I wouldn't touch MMOs with a 10-foot pole, I didn't have that frame of reference. I've absorbed just enough from pop culture osmosis to now see what they were talking about, but for me, I much more would make a comparison to those real-time with pause games. Pillars of Eternity would be the most recent series to kind of use that type of combat. I think the MMO stuff maybe comes in with the randomized loot. You know, there'll be chests that they're hand-placed, but the contents of the chests are randomized significantly. And you know, I guess I was going to say that the idea of having like spells with cooldowns, but no, I mean that you had that in some of those real-time with pause games too. So yeah, so I totally get that, and for all I know, that was their primary inspiration. But for me, to as someone who does not have any interest in MMOs, if someone said, "Oh, it's like an MMO," I'd be like, you know. Ooh, we're a bit surrounded here. And so I think it has a much more favorable comparison in my mind to Dragon Age Origins. Come on, what are these guys weak to? Fran? Weak to, what is that, rock? Weak to earth? I can't remember what spell does stuff against earth. Is that like lightning probably, or wind? Which sometimes lightning is categorized as a wind spell in some games. Hard to keep track of how they do all the elements. Oh, I don't have something set up for that. Alright, well... Earth weak. I think that's what it said, right? Wind weak, ice weak. Let's see here. So let's go in. Fire, lightning, earth weak. Okay. And then, do you have an earth spell? I might not even have an earth spell. So. Oh no, I don't. Okay, so never mind. We'll just keep that as wind weak. And we'll just do our best. Ooh, but Fran is hurting a bit. She's, let's see here. Where's... Yeah. There you go, Pinello. You're taking your sweet time, my gosh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, get it in before she... There we go, nice. And that's why sometimes, you know... Oh, she's down low again. That's why sometimes... See, Pinello went back to attacking. Let's just cancel that. Pinello. Let's see. Oh, is this gonna have an area effect? Maybe it will. There we go. Alright. Oh wait, there's a way I can have my map out. Oops, where's the... Which button is that? No. One of these buttons brings up my map so I can see it more bigly. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. That was L3, if anyone's curious. Oh, I was going the wrong way. I shouldn't have even been in this area. Alright. Well, let's kill this guy while we're here. Just a few more minutes with this game. I don't think I have. You know, here, let's go fight this guy again since he respawned. And let me see if I have any kind of cool techniques or anything. I might not have any summons on these guys. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, well we can do a quickening attack maybe. Fulminating Darkness. And we'll select Fran to be next, I guess. So you still have these, like, big attacks that can cut over to, like, a little cutscene type thing. And then when you actually summon, instead of them just showing up and doing one attack, like in the turn-based entries, they actually replace the character that summoned them, and they come out on the field, and they're just wailing away and doing their thing, not really under your control until the summoning time wears off. So that's kind of a cool event. Now I heard that they just added a big update to this game, the PS4 version anyway, I'm sure it's on Xbox One as well, that allows you to like respec your characters really easily and also gives you the option to use the old MIDI music instead of the more updated music. Which I think is a cool feature. Oh crap, I exited at the wrong spot. That's okay, I'm not gonna stick with this game save anyway. Let's run just a little bit here. There we go. A little more. There we go. Hey, Francisco. Welcome, welcome. I saw, Francisco, that you recently beat Super Mario Bros. 1 for the first time. Congratulations. For those of you who don't follow Francisco at Retro Rewind Podcast, or I guess it's not a podcast if you're on Twitch. Retro Rewind something? I don't know. You can plug your stuff if you want, Francisco. But my hat goes off to you. I don't think I'll ever have the patience to try and defeat that game. I'll just continue to live harboring hatred for it. Very nice. One thing that, you know, I was reminded of, and that was showcased even more by the remaster of this game, is the creature designs, you know? You gotta give that to, I would say, Japanese studios in general. They tend to have really unusual and interesting monster designs. And Final Fantasy is, I think, always good for interesting monster designs. That's one of my favorite things in fantasy stories or movies in general. Just, I like creatures, you know? These weird leopards with their bulbous heads and weird-looking face things. I don't know what those are. Oh! Alright, that's our time for this one. So yeah, Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, 28 cents per hour. That's pretty good deal. But not quite as good a deal as number 18, which I'm not going to play. And this was a late entry to this list. I just realized I was close to 20 yesterday at some point. I was like, oh, let's add a few more. Let's see what we can find. And I'm happy to report that the Bioshock Trilogy qualifies as having a lot of bang for your buck. Specifically on the Xbox 360. Now, there are remastered versions of it. But from what I've seen of those, and from what I've even heard reviewers say, is that, like, yeah, the remasters are great. They definitely sharpen things up a little bit, but the originals already look great and still look great, you know. And I've found that to be true as I've revisited this game. I've tried to, you know, I've intended to restart the original Bioshock and play through the whole trilogy again, like 2 or 3 times since I played it through the first time. Haven't quite done it. I think I probably will once there is an announcement and some kind of trailer or teaser for the new Bioshock game, which we may get this summer. We'll see. But I know that it's in the works. So, but yeah, on the Xbox 360, basically, it's really cheap. Each one used you can get for, we're talking like less than $2, in some cases less than $1. And so altogether, it's going to be like with shipping on Amazon. This is the one where I'm kind of breaking my rule about not including shipping. But with shipping, it's going to be about $15 to get all 3 of them. But since shipping on all these is about $4, I'm going to... What I would say is for the Bioshock trilogy, I would categorize it as $11 plus shipping. You know, just to try to give some sense of consistency with the rest of the list here. We'll treat Bioshock trilogy as a single game. So that's how I'm going to do that. For the whole trilogy, the How Long to Beat average is 40 hours. 40 hours. That I don't have my hours recorded, so I don't know what my hours would be, but that sounds about right. None of those games are like as long as a typical JRPG or, you know, a typical RPG. But all 3 together, that definitely sounds on the money. And it would have a payer's price per hour of 27 cents per hour. So it beats Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age by just 1 cent per hour. Still great value. And if you have never played those games before, you know, and if you've never, like, you've said to yourself, I can't do action games or whatever, give them a try. Very forgiving, okay? Bioshock was a game that changed the kinds of games that I play, because it showed me that, they're making action games in a way now that I can actually get through them if I play it on the easiest difficulty, you know. So it's a very forgiving game that really seems interested in allowing people that just want to be there for the story to just be there for the story, you know. So yeah, those Vita chambers in the first one. Great to fall back on. Although I don't know that I died once, even playing on easiest difficulty. So, but you don't lose anything. You just get resurrected nearby. So yeah, 27 cents per hour. All right, let me just really quickly break up my recording here for a second. Okay, Francisco asks, do you gravitate more toward weird fantasy creatures or weird alien creatures? That's a tough one. Maybe alien creatures? I think that's just because... I mean, I like them all. It's apples and oranges, man. What are you giving me these hard questions for? The reason I say it's apples and oranges is because if it's an alien creature, it's probably in a story that's about discovering the nature of that creature over an extended period of time. And if it's a fantasy story, it's probably just a one and done, what the crap is that? Okay, everybody, we gotta fight, and then we kill it, then it's gone. You know, you're not learning about how it reproduces or how it eats or how it grows over time, you know, and so, which is almost always what you're doing if it's a movie, at least, that's focused on one alien, you know. So, yeah, apples and oranges, I think. Okay, number 17 on the list, also tied at 27 cents per hour, is Ghost Recon Wildlands. And appropriately at 17, because it was my game of 2017. I really, really enjoyed that game a lot. You can get it on console for $15 on either Xbox One or PlayStation 4. The How Long to Beat average is 55 hours on that game. I wasn't able to... I didn't have time to install it and check my game save to see how many hours I'd put into it, so I'll just stick with 55 hours. My average, though, on this list has been for my time that I put in to be more than the average, to be closer to what the completionist rating would be. And that's what I'm doing my math off of. When I say with each of these, the payer's price per hour, it's based on my hours, or if I don't have them, you know, available, then I use the How Long to Beat hours. So, payer's price per hour, 27 cents per hour. And now the next game that I'm going to play is my number 16 on this list, coming in at 25 cents per hour. 25 cents per hour. What could it be? It is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a very recent game on the list compared to many of these others. But you can get this new. Well, not new. I mean, you can get it, used. I guess what I was saying is without waiting for a sale. If you get it physically, you can get it for $29 on console on either PS4 or Xbox One. And all of these prices I checked within the last 48 hours. 48 hours of, if you're watching this later in the archive, 48 hours of May 8th, 2020. So prices can always change, but I usually would look and see how many were available at that price to make sure that there were a significant number, a good, healthy number available at that price. So I could confidently say, yeah, people that tune in live for this, given how large, my audience is for streams, which isn't really huge, everybody should be able to get a copy of this one if they want at this price. So, now I've been playing this. Oh yeah, sorry, let me hit the other stats here. So $29 on console. How long to beat average? 84 hours. And that's just the base game, not the DLC. Base game, and that's the average, so it's maybe doing some extras on the side. It's somewhere between just mainlining the story and being a completionist, so it's just kind of the average there, 84 hours. My hours, I checked one of my saves that I made just after I'd finished the campaign, and it was 112 hours for me to get through the whole game. Now, with this one, I do feel like sometimes it's a little bit, as reviewers have said, I'll steal their word, bloated, artificially bloated. Because of although it's minimized once they allowed you to out-level missions. For a while, they would scale the missions to always match your level. So the difficulty, the strength of the enemies that you would go up against... Let me change the game title before I forget here. Let's see here. But the enemies that you would go up against would be scaled up to your level if they were previously going to be lower, But then a patch later on, after some complaints, allowed you to out-level enemies by as many as 4 levels. I wanted to have unlimited capacity for out-leveling them, which was the case, I believe, in Assassin's Creed Origins, so I could just feel like awesome if I was willing to put the time in to grind. And so without being able to fully out-level them, I was forced to still, for example, keep upgrading my armor, which I'm sure was part of the reason they didn't want you to be able to just totally grind for levels. They wanted you to stay engaged with the armor system, But maybe so they could get some microtransaction money out of you. I don't know. I haven't spent a dime on microtransactions in this, and even though it has felt sometimes a little bit, longer than I want it to be, in terms of stuff I have to do in order to keep pace to be ready for the next story mission or whatever. On the whole, I have really enjoyed this game a lot. Really enjoyed it a lot. And a lot of times when it was feeling long to me, I just realized, well, I think I've just been playing this one exclusively for a little too long. So let's move on to something else and we'll come back to this, And so, yeah, I've really enjoyed this game, especially in the last, I think since Christmas. When I started giving it more attention after Christmas time. Yeah, 29 on console, 84 average on how long to beat, 112 for me to beat the campaign, which puts it at a Pater's price per hour of 25 cents per hour. 25 cents per hour. Man, as entertainment goes, even if you look at the highest one on this list, or even a full price, most full priced games that don't give you near as much bang for your buck, is it any wonder that the video games industry is doing miles and miles better than the film industry these days? Because for entertainment time for your dollar, you just can't compare to video games, I mean, yikes. So I'm going to go back to the main world of Greece. I am in Elysium right now doing some DLC, but there's plenty of stuff I haven't done in the main campaign world, and I can also use some of the places I haven't completed yet, some of the outposts I haven't taken down and stuff like that, to work on building up my supplies to upgrade my armor and stuff. And so even now, it's useful to be able to go back to the main world and check some of the boxes I haven't checked yet. Francisco Ruiz says, "Oh man, thought it was totally going to be Gloomhaven," and then he uses like a tongue sticking out emoji. Yeah, that is. There is a sadness in me because about that game, and at the same time, I'm just happy for the people that game was made for. It wasn't made for me. Just stated very succinctly, because I didn't feel like the mechanics of the game fit with the theme. You know, kind of situation where it's like you can use your shield this round, but then it goes away and you can't use it again until like combat's over or something. Because it's, you know, you're cycling cards through a deck. You know, that would make sense if it was a potion I was drinking. Then you drank the potion, potion's gone. But I got my sword. I guess. What do you mean? I dropped my sword? What happened here? What are you talking about? Why can't I use my sword attack the next round? You know. So there's just some thematic disconnects I just couldn't get over with that. But for people that don't have an issue with that, oh my gosh! Reportedly, that is a vast game with so much playtime in it. Gives you tons of bang for your buck. So thanks for bringing that up, Francisco. That's a little. I mean, it's a pricey game. It's a very pricey game, too. But you can do your own research. I'm not featuring any tabletop games tonight, unfortunately. That is not where I need to go. Can I just... let's see if I can fast travel out of here. Where's some place that I haven't... Oh, here's something I haven't completed yet. What is this? I've done some parts of this, but I haven't... Oh, okay, no, I don't want to do that. There's some things I don't bother searching for. Let's see, have I done this one yet? You even going to tell me what's there? Maybe not. What's this? Ooh, this looks like it could be fun. Okay, so we're going to go there. See if I have time in 27 minutes to clear that area out. I might not. But yeah, I mean, I think it's Damon Hatfield of GameSpot and the Game Scoop podcast, which is one of the ones I like to listen to, who really likes Ubisoft games and says that he would be totally content if Ubisoft just made a game called Outposts the Game. And that comment so resonated with me. Because that's what you do in Ubisoft games. Whether it's Watch Dogs, or, well, maybe not Watch Dogs, but Ghost Recon, or Far Cry, or Assassin's Creed. You're going to these places, stealth is a major component, and you, as kind of a one-man army of stealth, are taking down everybody, you know, like in a Die Hard movie or something. And I just love that whole process of taking down a whole area, a whole outpost or encampment or whatever it is. Reportedly, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to be shorter than Odyssey, which makes sense to me. I hope it's not shorter than Origins. Origins felt like just about right. You know, it did not feel too bloated for me. Have I... You know what? This little camp, let's do this location. Maybe, just so I don't end up taking on an area that I don't have time to completely finish before shutting down, I'll take on multiple smaller locations instead. And, you know, Far Cry, whether it's binoculars, Far Cry has binoculars, I think, or a bird in Far Cry Primal. Ghost Recon has drones that you put up in the air that do this, what I'm doing right now. They just scout and mark enemies so that you can see them. And, gosh, I really don't want to deal with those animals, but there's a nice entry point on the other side there. Well, let's see. Is anyone... Is there nobody guarding the main gate? Oh no, I just didn't mark him. There we go, okay. So, yeah, let's go around back. And Ubisoft, you know, what am I going to do? They got those crunchy boots. You give me those crunchy boots, I kind of have to play you. Which is, for me, crunchy boots is kind of like a catch-all term for Foley effects, you know. They just, they do a great job with their audio design and make me just want to move around in their worlds because of all the sounds that come with it. And the visuals, too, are great, of course. Oh, man, that bear's doing my job for me. Yeah. Anybody up there? I'll just let him go with that guy for a little while. Aaron L. says, I wish they would have left the quote-unquote gods or the aliens out of this game. It would have been great without them. I think you are in the majority on that. I think it's the minority that like the aliens, the first civilization stuff. Philosophically, I obviously have huge issues with the first civilization stuff because although they don't say it really overtly in the first game, maybe at the end they say something to that effect, but the official canon, if you dig into the lore enough in the games of Assassin's Creed, is that Jesus did his miracles because he had like a cloth that had been endowed by first civilization technology. He was basically wearing a super alien cape. And that's how he did his miracles, you know. So obviously I'm going to have an issue with that kind of revision. But I do like the sci-fi angle. And I'm actually hoping, even though I'm thinking they're not going to do this, I'm actually hoping they'll lean more into the pseudo, quote-unquote, magic-y type stuff in Valhalla. Oh, dang it. I didn't want both of their attention. Just the one guy. Just the one guy. Oh, well. Here we go. Are you seeing this? Did you see that happen just now? No? Did he see me? No, I think I'm still... Oh, no, he's fighting some beast over there. Come on over here, dude. I just whistled them to their doom. You can, you know, they'll have these, you know, oftentimes very predictable patrol routes. You can get in a nice spot where... Oh, gosh. Are you going to get that guy for me? Or am I going to have to deal with you? Ugh, I don't want to fight this boar because that's going to wake up the dude. Alright, let's see if I can do this discreetly somehow. What was that? Better go check it out, Mr. 61. Versus my level 65. There we go. Very good. This is just a groovy game, you know? Just a groovy game. And I mean, it definitely has some intense moments, too. You don't want to get spotted trying to be stealthy. But Ubisoft, I just love their work at creating worlds that are just realized in such nice ways. I just wish they would do a full-on fantasy RPG. I want like their take on Skyrim. You know, like a serious, and by that I mean not literally Skyrim, but, you know, like, give me a serious fantasy world with a lot of them. And yeah, you can even make me like an assassin or a rogue or whatever, because I know that, you know, their formula is based very strongly on stealth. You know, so you're going to have to be, whatever world, whatever game they create, it's going to use stealth as a main thing. Okay, fine, so make me some kind of like magic-y rogue. But let there be magic. I want that visible magic eye candy and those crazy monsters and creatures and stuff. All right, have we cleared this place? I think maybe we have. Oops, wrong button. Let's see if all the boxes are checked. Check, check, check. Yep. Okay, so now we can maybe try the bigger location. 20 minutes. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in 20 minutes. But we'll give it a go. Aaron L. says, I enjoyed it until the story took that turn, then it just went into that silliness. I finished the game but wasn't as invested in it. So, when you say the game, are you talking about the first one? I assume? Because that's the one where, I mean, the cat, I think, gets let out of the bag. That like, oh, yeah, we're talking about ancient aliens. That kind of thing. I have the music turned off because I just want to hear the sounds, the rustling through the bushes. And also, admittedly, although I don't know if it's the reason I did it in this game, sometimes I'll turn music off in games because it makes me too tense. I already get way too tense from games that other people do not get intensified by. That's not the right word, but whatever. Alright, so let's get in a little crouching position here. See what we can see. Just don't look too carefully over the side there, gentlemen. Rugged Warrior says, more gameplay than the Xbox gameplay trailer. Are you talking about the gameplay you're seeing now? I mean, you're definitely seeing more. But it wouldn't be hard at all, would it, to present more gameplay than that trailer had. I put up my video on that yesterday, where and there, as I've seen today, and looking at kind of like where games media is at on that issue, they're really giving them a hard time. And I might have even seen, I didn't have a chance to check it out, but I might have even seen like that the Xbox maybe even, at least issued an apology. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what it was an apology for, but... yeah. Yeah. Well, is that it? That, I don't like this bonfire up here. That, if a bad guy reaches that, will complicate my life a little bit, because it'll bring reinforcements. I mean, you know, in one sense, the more the merrier. I'll get them all eventually, but... Gosh, I didn't even check to see if there are any mercenaries in this area. Before I get started, I should pay off all my bounties. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let me check the world map. Check out the mercenaries at the bounty situation. Oh, okay, so I've not done anything bad enough. I'm about to. I'm about to. Let's see here. Now, I want to get to that bonfire. That's a bit of a trek, though. Oh, jeez! Hey, I didn't see you! Sorry, I didn't mark you. You were too close to me. Too close to my vantage point. I'm not going to hide that body. Let's live dangerously and just move things along if we can. Oof. I'm playing more risky than I usually do. Just trying to get this place cleared in time. Can I make it? No, I don't think so. Not from here. Let's see here. 15 minutes. Can I clear this place in 15 minutes, guys? I don't think so. But there's a guy I need to mark. At least one guy. Any more? Any more? We're probably good for now. Oof, it's right out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, this guy's got to die. Oh, it was Odyssey, Aaron. So, then it must have been your first Assassin's Creed, because I think all of them at some point get into the alien stuff. Although you just mentioned it and the one before it are my favorite, with the first one, and the first Ezio. Okay. Yeah, there was, I think it was like Revelations, maybe, that just really leaned crazy. That's the third part of the Ezio trilogy. That leaned into the alien stuff hardcore. Like, harder than I think any game has, other than maybe Odyssey. And that turned off some fans.
Find use!
Cassandra's a nasty lady. I play her pretty nasty, too. I decided that, you know, there were no romances that were worth pursuing in this game because they're all so surfacey. They're not even romances. It's just sex things. Just sex partners. That's what hearts are now. They're just sex partners. Good gravy. And so I decided, as I do sometimes in games, that I'm going to play my character as someone that is just so driven that tragically they have no time or interest in relationships. So she turns down all kinds of people in this game. And she never knows true happiness, even in the plot thread where she's supposed to. There's a DLC, I won't give anything away, but you're supposed to kind of, you're almost kind of forced into it, but I still kept him at a distance. I still kept him at a distance, as far as things went. Which, if you played the first Legacy DLC, you know how far things went. And the tragedy of that statement. Alright. If I can just take care of this, then if things hit the fan, it's not that big of a deal. Very good. Alright. Now, we can really start getting to the killing. Gotta keep an eye on some of these other dudes. Might be coming, that might see. Ooh, he's coming. Is he coming? Is he coming fast enough to see? Did you see that? Right over here. I'm right here. Better come check it out. Better come see what's going on in that bush. Silly Spartan. Oh, man. Why don't you come over now? Yeah, better find out. Oh! That didn't work! There we go. Okay. Oh, hey! Alright, let's get rid of that shield. Because those are annoying. There we go. Okay. Very good. 10 minutes. We're making pretty good time. Making pretty good time on this fortress place, whatever it is. Feeling just a little bit reckless, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. Oh, where is this guy? Around this way? Oh, who's this guy? Somebody I didn't mark. Oh, is he dead? Are you even a bad guy? I don't know what you are. I'm gonna leave you alone for now. Did you miss? What happened, girl? Come on. Oh no, you got him. Okay. Just didn't seem like I didn't hear the usual noise and the CB.
Time to head back.
Oh, nice. So that helped me complete some questy stuff. Revelations, Aaron L. says, is where I stopped playing the series. The first one that I gave up on was Assassin's Creed 3, which was the one right after Revelations. I just got to the point where I was like, I can't do these insta-fail missions anymore. You know, in the mainline games, there'd be little scenarios that could cause you to see a fail state and be sent back in time. Which, if you know how I feel about that, you know that I couldn't abide that. Mario is my sworn enemy for just that reason. For how many times he made me go back and try again. And there'd be all kinds of reasons that can happen. You're not following somebody fast enough. You get spotted. You die, of course, the classic reason. You don't do it the way we want you to do it. You get too far out of the mission area. All these things that would just like say, fail, reload, save. And I got to the point in Assassin's Creed 3 where I was like, I think I was trying to break out of a jail or something, and I just was getting spotted, and it's not that it was harder than the ones that came before it. I could have muscled through and figured it out. But I was just like, no, I'm done. I am done. Which is a shame, because I've heard that Black Flag is a great game, and I actually got it as a gift because it was really cheap. I was going to give it a try, and then all the news started coming out about Assassin's Creed Origins, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're totally changing the formula. And so I kind of missed the boat. I missed the chance. I should have played Black Flag then, but now I couldn't go back to one of those regular Assassin's Creed games. I mean, yeah. In a parallel universe where I don't have so many other games, I could, but I don't believe in parallel universes. That is a concept invented to help naturalists cope with certain truths about physical reality. But I don't need to get into all that. Ooh, lots of stuff here I'm not picking up. Normally I would be spending all kinds of time looting here, but we've got like 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes to finish this up. I don't want to leave this place incomplete, or uncompleted, or both. Not many left. But yeah, these games, I don't think I've seen a single timed mission in Origins or Odyssey. They just don't have the same restrictions, and I have enjoyed them so much more because of that. That's right. Keep walking. Where are we going? Going that way? Oh, coming my way. Okay. If you could walk just a little bit faster, that'd be helpful. There. Oh, dang it! Okay, no, he didn't spot me. That's good. Good. Alright, who's next? Me panning the camera there is not to give you some cinematic view of the killing. I'm moving on to the... Like, okay, who's next? Who's left? Now let's see if I can do this domino style. Oh, dang it. Nope. He's going to turn and see me. Oh, no, he saw somebody else. Good. So just this guy over here, then. We're pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. 4 minutes left. And then once I clear the camp, I just run around and loot the things I need to loot. So I got to burn 3 war supplies, loot 2 treasures. Go, go, go! Oh, hey! I guess I didn't mark you. Alright, there might be some surprises around these corners. Oops. There we go. Anybody else invert Y? Anybody else? I invert Y. My boys think I'm very weird. I did not pass on that trait to them. Or any other shout-outs of games that give you bang for your buck in terms of playtime. Good quality, lengthy playtime. Oh no, that's a chest way out there. I don't need that. There was a point in Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rugged Warrior says, where there was a timer for a simple part, and I'm convinced it was there to make it more stressful. Yeah, there was a moment like that in the original, too, I remember. It's like, no, 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 no. I'm playing this game because it's turn-based. I can think. I'm not under the pressure of time. That was the whole point. That was the whole draw to me, originally, of playing RPGs back in the day, like Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest, you know, or Final Fantasy. It wasn't because I was an RPG fan. It was because, oh, I can do these because I don't have to think so fast and react so fast. And so whenever one of those JRPGs would introduce some mini game or some required thing that suddenly introduced a timed element, I'm like, oh, that would stress me out. I would be like stressed angry. Not cool. Aaron L. says, I was playing a game recently and it had a timed puzzle and I was like, nope, nope, just no. My time with that game was over. Yeah, I have totally been there. Totally been there. And that's, you know, it's such an interesting thing with game design. I mean, I don't really know anything about game design. I wouldn't venture to tell anybody how to design games, but it is puzzling to me how I'll play a game that is built on this one certain kind of experience, and then there'll be a bottleneck in it somewhere where they're like, no, you're going to play this game now. And I'm like, I don't want to play this game. This isn't the game I bought. I bought the game that I've been playing for the last 20 hours. Why do you want me to play this game now? And I suppose in their minds it's for the sake of variety, and I suppose for a lot of players it serves that purpose. But, man, when they do that in game design, it can really be frustrating for me. Almost done. I don't think we're going to make it. I have 20 seconds left. Oh, and I'm not even throwing my thing right. Come on now. There we go. Alright, I'm going to miss all the kind of incidental random stuff. There's some more war supplies. I was close. 8 seconds. 6, 7, I can't count. 3. Ah, so close. I am gonna... Come on, I am gonna get that, though. I have to check off this box, because if I just close the game down, I don't... at the very least, it'll repopulate the base, I think. And I can't have that. Location complete, right? Give it to me. Nice. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Let's get a little distance here. I totally upgraded her so that she could fall from any distance and not get hurt. So she is like almost literally Wonder Woman. Alright, so we'll do a little quick save here. And we'll continue with the countdown. Let's see here. Alright, so next on the countdown is another Assassin's Creed game. This one coming in 3 cents cheaper per hour. Go from 25 to 22 cents per hour. That's the Assassin's Creed Ezio Trilogy, which has been mentioned a little bit in our chat here. You can get this on modern consoles, at least what today are considered modern consoles, as of this May 8th, 2020, for $15 plus shipping on either Xbox One or PS4. The How Long to Beat average being 24 plus 19 equals 67 total hours of average playtime to finish out that trilogy. So I did not look up what my hours were, but, you know, that sounds about right. But based on that, my payer's price per hour would be 22 cents per hour, as I said. Yeah, so really good value there. I mean, for me, I still own the games. I'm not going to get rid of them, in part because they would sell for so little now. You know, I may want to come back to them sometime for who knows why, but in the meantime, it's just not worth the effort of trying to sell them. They're on the market so worthless, you know. But that's what makes them so great, you know. I mean, you could also get, probably for less than that. The price was almost comparable, I think, when I was looking at, like, okay, could you get it cheaper if you went with all last-gen versions of these games? And it was close enough to be basically comparable that I just said, well, you know, let's just base it off of what I'm seeing for the new version of the Ezio Trilogy. Unless I've made a mistake here in my thinking and this price is based on... I don't know, unfortunately, you'll have to look that up yourself. I thought this was a neat idea to give these stats, but I didn't really have the time to really flesh it out and be as exacting as I would like to be. But yeah, so that's 15. It's really great value. Really great value, and those are the most, probably the most commonly celebrated games in the Assassin's Creed trilogy. That's the most common point of agreement among fans of the series, that, like, yes, these are good entries in the series, you know. Many would say it's the high point of the entire franchise, you know. And I think part of it helps that there is a character that a lot of people liked that's the main character in all 3 of those games, you know, whereas in the other games you're basically switching, you know, to a new protagonist, I think, every time. So anyway, yeah, I really... When was it? It was, I want to say maybe it was 2016 or 2017, I think. Yeah, 2017. I called the year of Ubisoft, because that was the year that Assassin's Creed Wildlands was my game of the year. And then it was also the year where, like, I think 2016, December of 2016 is when the Assassin's Creed movie came out. And, you know, it was panned by critics, and I get why some people, you know, didn't like some things about it. I had some issues with it too. But watching it, I was interested in this premise enough that I was like, let me see how much these games cost. And so I went home and I found that I could get, like, the first 5 games on Xbox 360 really cheaply. And so I ordered the first one right then and there, and really enjoyed it, even with some of the bumps along the way in that first one. And the control scheme's, not great compared to the rest of the series, but there was so much about it I did like. And I just, from that point on, made my way through the Assassin's Creed series. Played 1, then 2, which is the first of the Ezio trilogy, and the other 2 parts. What was the second? Brotherhood, Revelations. And then I think by the end of that year, maybe, I was playing Assassin's Creed 3 and then gave up on it and kind of lost momentum. But yeah, discovering the Assassin's Creed franchise in 2017, that was a big deal for me. So yeah, great games. But now we get a little bit of a jump. We go down from 22 cents per hour to a price of 17 cents per hour. Hey, Ray McCann, welcome. Thanks for coming. 17 cents per hour, that's Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which I thought about playing tonight, but I just thought, it just showed up. I did kind of a review, a live on-the-spot review of it during Extra Life, and that installment of the Extra Life Marathon just went up 2 weeks ago, and then I did a Quarantine Escape Hatch video featuring Kingdoms of Amalur, so I was like, I've done enough content on that game for now, so I opted not to play it tonight. But at GameStop, you can get this one for $10 on Xbox 360. And as I said in my off-the-cuff review of the game, it ages really well, both for its combat system and for its its visual style. The visual style almost has not a cel-shaded look to it, but it's just slightly a comic booky type style. It's not going for uber realistic, and so the visual style holds up even as graphics have gotten better and sharper and all that stuff. But yeah, $10 used at GameStop. You can get it for $5 plus shipping through Amazon on PC if you want to get it on PC. The How Long to Beat average for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is 60 hours. And for me, this is an odd one for me, because usually my average time is longer. That's 58. But I have not been as much of a completionist on that game as some other games of its type. So anyway, my price per hour on that one, 17 cents per hour. So that's really just some great value there. And so I'll let you check out some of the videos that I've put up recently involving that game if you want more information. Now we're going to move on to the next game I'm going to play. It's my number 13. Number 13. It's going to take a little work to get it set up, so give me a minute here. Just make sure it's not any different once I launch into the game. Sometimes launching into the game will change the timing in bizarre ways. But this is Elmanage Original. You can get this for $10 on PC, on Steam, and $15 on PSP and PS Vita. Check. Oh yeah, now it's all backwards. Oh geez. Check. That's gonna bother me so much. I don't know why my sync isn't working. Oh well. Sorry guys, so my reactions, let's see, will be check. Oh man. My reactions will be premature watching this. That's so bizarre. Alright. Yeah, you guys are going to see me reacting prematurely to things happening on the screen, but I can't spend more time trying to fix this. Usually, the settings that I adjusted fix the issue. I don't know what's going on tonight. So this one is a little bit of a self-indulgent choice. Let me get the chat back open so I can see you guys again. And also keep track of the stream. Too many things. Too many things for a non-technical person like me to be asked to keep track of in order to just do a simple little live stream. Oh, and now all this, why is that doing that? I don't want these emojis taking up room here. I don't know what that means. Somebody trying to do a video call with me? I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means, YouTube. Just give me what I'm used to. I'm not used to that. What is that? Can we make that go away? Make that go away. Make that go away. I don't like that. Custom. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Jeez. They opened up all these custom emojis for me to look at, and it was like taking up half the real estate for chat that I want to keep track of. Okay. Come in. You saying goodnight? Alright. Love you, my boy. Sleep good?
Good night. Can I say hello?
Yes, you can. Right there's the camera. This is Titus. He's saying goodnight. Alright. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Do you believe in the supernatural?
Download the Legacy Edition of Spirit Blade, a full past audio drama, for free at spiritblade.com.